Hi, this is Chris from the Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from Political Voices Network.
Straddling these indictments all morning. Get my dragnet ready.
All right.
Former President Trump has been indicted in the special counsel's investigation into his alleged plot to overthrow the 2020 election. Trump has been charged with 4 counts. Conspiracy to defraud the United States, conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding, obstruction of an attempt to obstruct an official proceeding, and conspiracy against rights. I'm sorry, Jody, is that a Black Power salute, or is that you want me to call on you?
Yes.
Yes.
You call me?
Hi, Jody.
So notice the word conspiracy in all of those, yet
Yes.
he's the only one at the moment indicted.
Yes.
That means there are others coming. Sorry.
Yes. Oh. And God said, let there be light.
Sorry, Chris.
Jody was in total darkness.
I
on
like
the
that
TV,
better.
so-
Either
I
I
look better that way.
I had glaucoma, or
Sorry, Chris.
God was like, it's indictment day. What's the matter with
It's
you?
been a morning.
No, I know. I love how many people posted the picture of Kermit at the keyboard yesterday.
Yeah.
Jody Hamilton.
It was certainly
Wow.
me this morning.
Yeah.
I know we always say this. I know I said this last time. We think we have lost our ability to be shocked.
Right.
And then this comes down and you're just like, oh my God. I mean, oh my
lot.
God.
Mm-hmm.
It is a lot, isn't it,
Yeah.
Chris, even to absorb?
Yeah.
I mean, and also, first of all, to your point, Jody, a lot of people made last night is that clearly Jack Smith is going for it.
Oh, yeah.
He is going for a speedy trial, which is why they are 6 unnamed co-conspirators.
Uh-huh.
Because,
Although we know
there's
the
only
names of
one.
5 of them.
Well, we know who they are,
Yeah.
but my point is, like, I get it, because then if you have more defendants going to delay it more,
Right.
he is really going for the jugular, and good for him, because, I kind of associate myself with a lot of comments like the Farouk assaulting we've all done, that we should have been on this. I feel Merrick Garland should have been on this sooner. I do get people's point that the J6 committee really helped in terms of the American people, but if you look at Biden and Trump tied, I don't know if it matters the American people, because there is so much Fox News and right-wing radio and misinformation, and they're still doing it yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
That's the ridiculous spinning of what is just an overwhelming amount of evidence. I mean, this is really...
Rudy got mad.
And he cut off every argument at the knees,
Oh, yeah.
right? The First Amendment, Dan Goldman said the First Amendment protects Donald Trump if he simply makes knowingly false statements about election fraud. The First Amendment does not protect Donald Trump if he corruptly attempts to persuade, coerce, or direct others to act on his knowingly false beliefs. I mean, he just preempted all of this bull that they've been trying to spew for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
But that being said, we'll see if this happens in time, because it is kind of terrifying that Trump and Biden are tied, and it shows you how much people either don't pay attention or only believe the quote-unquote facts from their side, which in Fox's case provably is lies. They've had to pay billions of dollars for telling provable lies, and here they keep going.
The fact that they are so close, that they're virtually tied, means that we really need to get out the vote like we never have
This
before.
is why, I'm doing an outdoor bike ride today, but also I decided to just dress like a blue tsunami that we desperately are going to need in 24 instead of one of my indictment shirts. Here we go. Hugh Hewitt said Jack Smith, an American Javert, should be obliged to prosecute this case outside the Beltway. Former President Trump deserves a fair trial on these unprecedented charges, which will strike tens of millions of Americans as a political witch hunt. I just love that Tom Nichols said, "You shameful poltroon." I just feel like once poltroon has been bandied, we're in a new... and Ron just said, I think Rudy's about to cry.
We have Rudy, too. We have some audio.
He slammed some papers down.
He's very upset.
I thought this
slamming.
I thought this all was surreptitious and therefore would be just
He's mad. He's very mad.
Yes. Well, I mean, it's obviously him and Eastman and, Sidney Powell and everybody we thought, but...
Well, at least she can put the star on the Christmas tree.
I have to say, the smartness of this indictment and the way he's going at it kind of took my breath away. I was like, oh, so either, they're going to flip if they don't want to end up in prison.
Right.
Or, but it also narrows it that this is the ringleader, Donald Trump. He's going, and because of obviously the time frame involved, I mean, they're going to whine about everything. Of course, it's like an Obama-appointed judge, and it's in D.C. and
the crime happened in D.C.
Exactly.
Right. And as everybody's saying, this judge is unbelievably like they people, legal experts both sides saying this is a great draw for both sides. She's just a great judge.
Yeah.
That was the difference in Obama or Biden appointed judges. They're qualified. Trump is the only president that has ever appointed a bunch of judges that the ABA has ruled not qualified. But of course, they're just loyal hacks like Aileen Cannon, right? So, yeah, I mean, yeah. And Harry Littman said the most important fact about the indictment is the caption USA versus Trump rather than USA versus Trump plus 6, who, make no mistake, will be charged. That's because it sets up this case to be the first federal prosecution and the most likely to finish before the election. Smith is focused on speed.
Yep.
Yeah, he feels the need for speed.
Yes.
I just made that up.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. I don't know why I keep hearing when the Saints come marching in my head all night. Did you hear that? I
keep hearing it.
I was, instead of counting sheep, I was counting indictments.
Oh.
I've got what? Okay, you know what? It's a special day when I get my fart machine 2 ready in addition to my regular. Yeah. It is a day to celebrate. It's not.
No,
it's a sad
somber.
day.
So somber.
It's a sad day, but it's a day to celebrate the rule of law and justice. This is where I have to shoot Chris with it. All right, I won't. I'll just do it in the air. Oh, it misfired. It misfired. There we go. Oh.
That was just
Wow, you're
sad.
shooting blanks there.
Somber. So somber.
Okay. When justice comes marching in.
In that rumba.
I feel like I want to wear a Shriner's hat. Okay. Okay, where I was. Yeah. Yes, Neil Katyal. It's just, wow. A lot of just significant opinions from, legal giants, Neil Katyal being one of them. He just said this will be the most significant trial in our lifetimes. There will be so much disinformation and spinning and so much that will go to the heart of who we are as a people. All Americans should be able to see the trial for themselves. It absolutely must be televised. I mean, he is, of course, among many that are saying that. But, absolutely, Jody, all of these need to be televised because this is the problem is, first of all, this trial is about, which they stated right up front, lies and lies and lies. And unless you want them to just keep getting away with it, the American people have to see this.
Yes.
And see.
Are cameras allowed in federal court? I think I heard yesterday that they're not.
Someone said, we'll ask Jill Wine-Banks, but someone said it could be up to John Roberts. And I was like, that doesn't inspire a lot of confidence. But I don't know. There was another opinion, right, that it's up to it could be up to the other judge. We'll ask Jill, but I forget which, I don't know, the actual judge. Anyway, yeah, Judge Chutkin. Say that 3 times fast.
Don't say that
Don't,
fast.
Yeah, don't say it again.
Don't do it. Don't do
It makes me feel like I have lockjaw. Judge Chutkin. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Lisa Rubin says, as I just noted on air, if Trump is indicted today for trying to prevent the lawful transfer of power, I will be heartened by the prosecutor's commitment to the rule of law, but I will not cheer. Like Judge Luddick, I will be sad for America that it's come to this, even if necessary. Sad. Yes. Sad. But you know what someone else said I agree with? The sad day was that someone like this could even accidentally be installed as president of the United States. I mean, if you know who Donald Trump is, much of which we talked to Noel Castler about, which every person in New York knew for his entire life. Right. Right? That this even happened is sort of the tragedy in America. This is inevitable, what's happening now. He's been a lifelong criminal. Like we always talk to Jill Wine-Banks about. Nixon is a president that became a crook. Right. Trump's a crook that became president by accident, also through crooking, through cheating with Russia. I mean, it's just, it's okay. Adam Kinzinger said, on the 1-6 committee, we uncovered proof that Donald Trump not only knew what was happening at the Capitol, but encouraged it. He's a cancer on our democracy. Today is the beginning of justice. Nobody is above the law, least of all a president who swore an oath to defend it. That was the other, I want to get you guys, your takes on what was most either shocking or surprising to you in the indictment, but the way because remember they kept making the argument, I said peacefully, I didn't incite violence. He was not indicted for what he said at the ellipse. It was how they planned for and used the violence to complete the whole fraudulent plot. right, to overthrow democracy.
Right, the violence
so he didn't say, "Oh, Trump caused the violence."
Right.
Very clever the way he put it.
Because that's harder to prove.
Much harder.
Yeah.
A lot harder to prove.
Yeah,
so
they can go,
he didn't
no.
even go there.
Like any mob boss, that's why he said one time peacefully, so they could go, "Oh, see, you're prosecuting him for free speech," and he said peacefully.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought this was in the statement from the Trump campaign, which is not technically from the bassinet. Oh, here, I'll do the bassinet. This is kind of weak.
I know.
Why didn't they bring the indictment case 2.5 years ago? Well, we agree about something for once. Okay. They wanted it right in the middle of my campaign. That's why. Wow, that was pretty brief for baby. I think we were this close to getting an "oh, great."
Of course, you had to make it about him.
Oh, great. The third time. No, I just thought, well, first of all, why is it, oh, I love this part. Why was it announced the day after the big crooked Joe Biden scandal broke out from the halls of Congress?
Oh, my God.
You mean the latest exploding comedy cigar where the witness said that Joe Biden did absolutely nothing wrong? Okay. The lawlessness of the persecution of President Trump and his supporters is reminiscent of Nazi Germany in the 1930s, former Soviet Union, and authoritarian dictatorial. In honor of our late, great Pee-wee. I know you are, but what am I? Okay. Oh my God, it's always projection with them, right? He's the authoritarian. He's the wannabe dictator. Anyway, but here's the part, ready? President Trump has always followed the law and the Constitution with advice from many highly accomplished attorneys. Hello, bus. Bus, hello. Rudy Giuliani, Johnny Sidney Powell, here comes your bus. Meep, meep.
That's funny.
You know that somebody said that yesterday. He's about to turn on the attorneys. He's going to go, "I took attorney's advice. I didn't."
Republicans say they won't cut Social Security, Medicare, or Medicaid. But can honest, hard-working middle-class Americans really believe what these politicians say? Republicans said they wouldn't overturn Roe v. Wade. Here's what Supreme Court Justices Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, and Coney Barrett said during their Senate confirmation hearings.
Roe v. Wade. It is a precedent of the United States Supreme Court. A good judge will consider it as precedent of the United States Supreme Court.
Roe v. Wade. It's settled as a precedent of the Supreme Court.
Roe is not a super precedent, but that doesn't mean that Roe should be overruled.
Well, we saw how that turned out. They played us for fools. Tell your elected officials to keep their hands off of our Social Security and health care benefits. Fool me once. Let Majority Rule was responsible for this message. LetMajorityRule.org is a project of the Marvin Lucas Super PAC, which is responsible for and paid for this ad and is not affiliated with or authorized by any political campaign or candidate or candidates committee.